Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by Snickers Protein. Don't forget to use the hashtag FanLine and get your questions in, and I will try and answer them. And also, don't forget, I'm going to be appearing on the Ball Street YouTube channel on transfer deadline day. They're doing a show between 7 and 11, and I will be on there. Remember, the 1st of February. That is when the window slams shut and cannot do no more business for January. Time is running out. But before I get to that, what a brilliant victory last night at Southampton. There's the man. There's the main guy there. I'm talking about Bukayo Saka. What a player this kid is. Imagine if you were buying him right now. How much money would he be worth? I mean, he's one of the best young players in European football right now. England international, and also a superstar player in the making at Arsenal Football Club. And he had a great display, another man of the match display for him last night, and a very good victory by Arsenal. I thought we played very well in the game. The youngsters played well. Picture there of Lacazette, he got his goal. He missed that chance earlier on in the game, and I was thinking, oh no, Lacazette, one-on-one, you got to bury that. But to be fair to him, he worked his socks off and got his goal in the end. Cedric, who's also in that picture, was excellent, filling in at left back. He weren't great in that position on Saturday against Southampton, but last night, I mean, he was incredible. I thought, it was between him and Saka for the man of the match. I really thought he had a really excellent game, and I was just so infused by the whole performance of the team. Smith Rowe, who you can see there, and Pepe had a great game. Smith Rowe, you can see there in that picture, he came off towards the end of the game, and Mikel Arteta was describing it as a bit of a sort of muscle stiffness. So hopefully he'll be fit for the game on Saturday, or will Odegaard play? This is why, there was a lot of people saying, oh, you don't need to get another player in that sort of position because it's going to stunt the growth of Emile Smith Rowe. It's the wrong thing. No, this is why. Especially this season, you need a good squad. In every position, you need more than one player, right? Because, number one, they could get COVID, or not even get COVID, just come into contact with someone who's got COVID, and that's it. 10 days out, self-isolation straight away, right? Number two, the injuries they can get with the amount of games that the teams are playing, coming thick and fast. You need a good squad to cope with this season. And is a very, very impressive, performance last night. Now, we still need a left back, despite the excellent performance by Cedric last night, filling in there. I still feel we need a left back. We're still looking at a few. There's still Ryan Bertrand, who didn't play last night. He was suspended, but he's still being talked about as one of those people that can fill in there from now till the end of the season. Southampton will not want to let him go. That is for sure. But if they do want to let him go, he would be a good signing. Of course, he's got 6 months left on his current contract. His contract is up at the end of the season. And as I've said many a times on this show, he still lives in London. Could Arsenal persuade him to come to the Emirates? He would provide very, very good backup to Kieran Tierney, who, of course, was missing last night. Again, as we talk about the squad, he was out. Could even be out for the Man United game. He's had a lot of injuries, Kieran Tierney. I think we definitely need to get some sort of backup in for him in that position. Could it be Tyreek Mitchell? Still talk about Tyreek Mitchell, 21, Crystal Palace. He's come through the ranks, and his contract as well up at the end of the season. Palace won't want to lose him. He's a gem, but he hasn't signed a new deal yet. Or, well, you know what? It's really shady with this because there are rumors that he hasn't signed and, his deal's up. There are other rumors that the deal runs a bit longer than that. Whichever it is, Arsenal, I think, should try and make a move. He would be perfect, coming in as backup to Kieran Tierney. But can we get a deal like that done before the end of the January window, or is it unrealistic to think that Palace would let him go? If they let him stay till the end of the season and Arsenal did an agreement with him, which they can remember, they can talk to him right now, right? They lose him for nothing. So would they be better off cashing in maybe a couple of £1 million on him right now? I think it would be a good deal for Arsenal to do, to try and get a player like him in, but won't be as easy as that because, as I said, Palace, they'll definitely want him to be extending his contract. Or will it be Jordan Amavi? Again, we spoke about him yesterday, former Aston Villa player, of course. He's available at the end of the season as well. Contract. A lot of players with their contracts running out. 26, plays for Marseille. A decent left back would provide very good cover to Kieran Tierney. Amavi, natural left footer. Could Arsenal move for him? Again, it's going to be interesting to see what Arsenal do in this position, because I think what these current games are showing us is that when these games come thick and fast, as they have been doing, injuries do occur. You do need those backup players. Now, what about Mustafi? We spoke about him on yesterday's show, and we spoke about the fact that he could get his contract cancelled, like what Socrates did, like what Ozil did, to enable him to move on and go to whichever club he wants. However, that was later on denied yesterday by his father and also his agent, who was saying that, no, listen, there are no plans to terminate his contract. His contract is up in the summer, and they have not spoken to Arsenal about cancelling that contract. So at the moment, he's still here. I still think, though, he could move before the end of the January transfer window. He doesn't want to extend the contract. I think that's what Arsenal wanted to do, so that they could possibly then maybe sell him on to make some extra cash. Remember, we paid £35 million for him. It's a bit of a stalemate at the moment, but he could move this January transfer window. Maybe it could be another one of these where he moves on loan till the end of the season and then becomes a free agent. But Mustafi at this moment will not be terminating his contract, according to his dad. And his dad should know him better than what we do. All right. Arsenal linked today with Eric Garcia of Manchester City. Garcia is only 21, just turned 21 this month. A defender that they really like at Manchester City. He's sort of been there for a while, and Pep Guardiola likes him. They want to keep him at Manchester City. However, again, another player where his contract runs out at the end of the season. You see, a lot of you fans out there, you think it's just Arsenal. How have Arsenal allowed Balogun to run down his contract that he can leave at the end of the season? I'm not having a go at you guys, because even I've been saying that, right? But Garcia is in the same situation at Manchester City. Contract up at the end of the season. Now, for all the talk out there was that he's definitely going to Barcelona. Barcelona want him. There was even people saying that he's Barcelona's number one target. Of course, he wants to go back to Catalonia. He's a Spanish under 21. I mean, listen, it'd be every Spanish player's dream to play for either Barcelona or Real Madrid. He wants to go back to Barcelona, is what the talk says. However, Barcelona, they're in a bit of turmoil at the moment. They've got their presidential elections coming up, so there's a lot of uncertainty there. So it might not get done this January. They're in a lot of I saw some thing the other day that Barcelona could be in about €1 billion plus debt. Now, I know this would be a free transfer if it was to be done at the end of the season, but Barcelona are in a little bit of turmoil at the moment, and it may not be as clear cut him going to Barcelona as first thought. Now, there's a PSG are hovering around, and also Arsenal are interested. Mikel Arteta knows Garcia from his time at Manchester City and knows the player very well as well. And the talk is that he would love to bring him in at Arsenal, and Arsenal may make an attempt to try and get Garcia. Garcia, of course, a very hot prospect around at the moment as a defender. Remember, he's a centre-back as well. And as a centre-back, and there's a lack of really good young centre-backs around at the moment. So could Arsenal move for Eric Garcia? I don't think this could be something that will be done this month, unless maybe Arsenal went in with a decent fee and offered it to Manchester City, and then the player, of course, would have to agree to come. And I guess he'd want to be playing regular football. You know, why leave from Manchester City where you're playing bit part to come and play bit part at a worse team at Arsenal? Let's be real. You know what I mean? We're not as good as them. So it would have to be a really good offer. And then I look on it and I say to myself, you know, with this rumour, Eric Garcia, right-footed centre-back. We've got a right-footed centre-back who's out on loan at the moment at Nice, in William Saliba, that we paid £27 million for. He's going to be looking to come back in the summer. Does that, again, stunt his growth if you've then got Eric Garcia there? So I'm looking at this like it's unlikely, but as we do on this show, we talk about the rumours that are out there, and this one is out there big time today. Eric Garcia being linked with a move to Arsenal. What do you guys think? Would you take Garcia? He looks a very good player to me. I've seen he's been a bit shaky in a few games I've seen him play, but he's definitely a young emerging centre-back, and if he's good enough for Barcelona, he's good enough for us. Now, let's get into some of your comments that you sent in on the fan line, and keep sending those in. Really appreciate those. Ron said, no more 30-year-old players, please. I don't care who they are. We need to build the future with the younger talent that will last for 4 to 5 years. Very good point he makes there. Emmanuel says, imagine Mustafi goes to Liverpool on a free transfer after Arsenal releases him. Well, Liverpool have got some serious centre-back problems at the moment. You know, Mustafi's German, Jurgen Klopp's German. Who knows? Who knows? Des says, Bertrand, a good shout, as we need to cut down on the foreign numbers. That's very true. And Bertrand, of course, is English. But then you heard what Ron said. He doesn't want no more 30-year-old players, right? And Bertrand is 31, but I think as backup would be decent. And Jeff says, Arsenal, we cleaned out the deadwoods off the wage bill. Also, Arsenal, 230k a week for Willian. Rinse and repeat. I get your point on that one. Willian certainly seems to have been a very, very bad deal. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget, the link is in the description for Snickers Protein. Get involved in their hashtag fanline. Keep sending in those comments. Really appreciate them. And we will be back tomorrow as the window starts to wind down.